The biggest pitfall of doing fish on a barbecue, it all breaks apart or it's stuck to the grill, right? Always make sure you're working with a seasoned grill. Your cooking surface, your grid, I never clean it. Like, I'll scrape it off and I'll burn it off. I won't clean it. I won't take it in the sink with an SOS pad and scrub it. I never do that. It's the worst thing you can do to your cooking grid because it's just going to make things stick to it all the time. You would never take an SOS pad to your cast iron pan, right? It's nicely seasoned. Treat your cooking grid the exact same way. Preheated, warmed up, ready to go. If you have it like a gas grill, whatever, what I want you to do, I don't know how long it takes your gas grill to fire up and get warmed up. Put it on medium high just to get it preheated. If you have a big green egg, I'm running mine at the dome temperature. When we get there at about 450, right now it's hovering just under 400 degrees. So I'm just gonna bump it up when we get outside and it's gonna be cold. Whenever you have, let's say, a fish fillet on the grill and you're trying to get underneath to flip it over and it breaks on you, like, oh. So whatever spatula you're using, let's cut the fish to make sure that the pieces aren't bigger than your spatula. So when you slide it underneath, it fits right on there. You can easily flip it over, less chance of it breaking. Use a flat spatula for the cooked fish because it's obviously, once it's cooked, it's more tender and there's less chance of it breaking if the whole surface is flat versus one that has holes in it. It's more intrusive. A flipper, spatula, whatever you want to call that thing. A lot of people will put oil on their fish, but the thing is, when you heat up oil, it disperses so quickly because it's so hot, right? You ever seen that oil in a hot pan and it just becomes so shimmery? It's like mayonnaise doesn't do that. So mayonnaise is still going to give you that protection of having that fat, but it's going to stay more in place than oil. Just a very thin layer on top of the fish is going to give us some added protection. It's also going to help it caramelize. Let's grab our rub. We're just gonna spoon that on there. And you don't have to necessarily rub the fish with the rub, but you just wanna make sure it's thoroughly coated. We're gonna put the rub on both sides. Chances are you're gonna eat both sides of the fish. I don't want you just coating one side of it. That's kind of silly, number one. Number two, we need that. The rub is also protection of it not sticking. So mayonnaise, number one, rub, number two. You can use tongs to put the fish on the grill, but I don't recommend tongs for when the fish is cooked because, again, the fish is going to be so tender that it's just going to break apart. Cooking is never time, so what you're looking for, internal temperature. If you're dealing with really thin pieces of fish, they're going to be done very quickly, but if you want to check it with the thermometer, you're looking for about a 145 to 150 Fahrenheit internal. So we're not going as far down as you would with a piece of chicken or a piece of pork even, so that's going to be your guaranteed mark to make sure that you have the fish cooked but not overcooked. Let's be honest, fish is delicate when it's cooked. You can't get around that. It's just a beautiful texture. Well, the only thing you can get around that is not to overcook it. Whenever you're getting underneath, go in the same direction of where the grids are going. Don't try and go against the grids. It makes it easier to get underneath your fish, and you can have a little sneak peek. We can actually flip it over, have a look at it. I'm going to start taking off my fish. And see what I mean? If I get in there in the same direction of where the grates are going, it just comes right off, not sticking to my grill at all. And even though it's tender, man, if you just get underneath there and lift it up gently, you're going to be fine. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful fish. Awesome.